No intro, no outro, straight fire. All right, let's get back to it with a weekly outlook. Um, but before we get into that, you already know what we always do, the verse of the day. So the verse of the day comes from Jeremiah 31:25. I will refresh the weary and satisfy the faint. All right, so that's the verse of the day. So let's get into this week's watch list. So as of right now, we really only have two pairs on our watch list. I have become extremely strict with my trading, especially being the fact that when I've been doing quite a bit of moving around, and then two, also just trying to discipline myself even more, waiting for ideal A plus setups and only taking the ideal A plus setups. So what has been happening is I've been taking less frequent trades, which is cool. I'll hit like a 2-3 trade week, and then either being a negative or being a positive. But kind of just trying to hone in on some things personally. So with this is kind of your a weekly outlook. I'll make a weekly outlook part two if there's anything that's on my watch list. But pretty much this is my trading style. If you want high probability reversal trades, stop chasing breakouts and start watching where liquidity actually gets trapped. So we're gonna just look into my two A plus again setups. I have B plus setups, C plus setups, where I take, but these are just my two A plus setups. With AUD USD and ER USD, again using previous week's high sweep and session volume profile close. So first things first, let's go to AUD USD. So AUD USD, notice how price swept right above previous week's high, which is right here. Don't worry about this. Is kind of where I set my pending orders. So breakout buyers got pulled in, but buyers couldn't pretty sustain the acceptance above that level. So with that, if you zoom in a little bit, you see that price closed below the value area low. So price immediately rejected and pushed lower again, closing flat out below Tuesday's value area low, which is right here. This confirms to me a complete failure to pretty much hold high prices. So as you can see, my entry is at the POC, stop loss just above, and then my take profit is previous week's low with partial halfway to my point. To my I said to my point to my full take profit point. Uh, Next is NZD USD. So literally the exact same thing. Previously taken out, price failed to go higher, closed below the value area low. Also closed below the POC, which is a 50, A plus setup again. So entry, as you can see, is sessions POC. That's where for me the heaviest volume was traded during that session. So again, next RR is take profit, next previous week's low, and then a partial profit. I'm taking that in my take profit one. I like to take partials at my points of controls, my weekly points of controls, but as you can see right here, like both of my weekly previous week's points of controls kind of got rated. So they can be used, but since they already been mitigated, I kind of said screw it, I'm not using it. So pretty much key takeaway for my watch list is remember your rules. So sweep the high or low, wait for acceptance back into the value area, execute on the POC. So boom. Drop your comments below, questions. Let me know what you're trading this week. Like, comment, subscribe, and like I said, I'll come back tomorrow. And then if my list has grown, if my list has grown, I will come back tomorrow. If it has not grown, I ain't coming back tomorrow. And then I'll catch y'all at the end of the week or next week. All right? No intro, no outro, straight fire. Peace.